What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yala Poppy from simphunter.com, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how to get meetings with important people. Just gonna toot my own horn here a little bit and tell you that this is something that I'm pretty good at. I'm not saying I can get a meeting with anybody, but using these strategies and my natural charisma, I can get people to respond to my communication. I can get people on the phone. It's uncommon for me to not get I don't want to say to not get what I want from somebody, but anyway, these methods work. So take it for what you will, and let's just jump right in. So the first thing that you need to think about, okay, when you decide that you want to meet with somebody who you think is important, or somebody that you feel can help you, or somebody that you think that you want something from, the first thing that you need to do is you need to put yourself in their shoes and you need to figure out what they want. Now, this is probably not very hard to do. Like, do they sell something? Well, they probably want to sell more of it. Are they trying to get blown up on social media? Well, if you help them blow up on social media, they'll probably take a call with you. It's not super hard in that respect, right? So, if I want to, well, I'll give you some easy ones also. This is why, by the way, this is why having a YouTube channel can be so valuable, because an extremely easy value add that I can provide to basically anybody is I can say, hey, can I interview you? And you would be surprised. People will agree to an interview on a YouTube channel with 0 subscribers. On a brand new YouTube channel, your video will be the first video, and you can interview that person. I could interview, I mean, I could basically interview anybody, really, in the OnlyFans management space. Maybe not anybody, but, quite a few people. I've actually, this is something that I wanted to do on my last channel. I just never got around to it, but there were a lot of dating coaches that I wanted to interview. So I'm very interested. I love that niche. I love that industry. It's one of the few types of content that I will actually consume in my free time. So, I was contacting these dating coaches. I was like, hey, I have a completely unrelated YouTube channel, but I'd like to interview you. Are you interested? You could talk about your program. My audience is all young males. There's a lot of crossover. Everybody has money. They buy coaching programs, they buy courses. You can make some sales, you can make some money. It's not a hard pitch. So, like I said, the first thing that you want to do is you want to find out what it is they want, and you want to reach out to them and offer it to them immediately. Don't send them a message and say, hey, can I ask you a question? Or, hey, what's up? How are you? Or, hey, I have an offer for you. Can I tell you what my offer is? No, just be like, hello. Well, okay, so I used to sell a course on cold emailing, right? I used to be very good. I'm still good at cold emailing, but my whole system was like this. When you send the email, it's very simple. You say, hello, name. My name is blah. My name is Yala Poppy. I specialize in thing I specialize in. I would like to do blank for you. It would work like this, one sentence. I would like to take over your social media posting. I'll post 5 times a day, totally unique content. We do the captions, we do this, we do that. And it's X amount of dollars per month. If you're interested, let me know. Bam, super simple. Now that's a hard sell. But if you just want a meeting with somebody, for example, you would say, hello, name. A compliment never hurts. Let me tell you, never hurts. Actually, I'll say that next. Let me transition into that point with this. Hello, name, compliment. I really love the thing you're doing. I provide this service that can help you achieve this thing that you want. It's very easy. It's super simple. It's affordable. We have a 2-for-1 special going on right now. Here's proof of my work. If you're interested, let me know. We can set up a call. If not, no problem. Have a great day. Now, let's transition into the next point, which is give them a compliment. Be nice. When somebody reaches out to me, I get people reaching out to me who want to call with me or they want to pitch me on something. I'm much more, and I know that they watch my videos, because the smart people will always say, my favorite compliment, and I almost don't want to tell you what my favorite compliment is because then I know I'm going to hear it and it's not going to be genuine from people. But when people tell me that they like my content, whether it's the blog, whether it's the YouTube channel, when people reach out to me and they say, hey, Yala, Poppy, like I really love your YouTube channel. Your videos have been so helpful. I'm making X amount of dollars a month now, and I got so much value from all the content that you put out there. Like when I read that, I'm like, oh, I feel good now. That's what a nice compliment. Why is that? Why do I consider that a nice compliment? Because by me sitting here, I mean, right now it's 7:54 a.m. on Tuesday. I've been up since 5:30. I outlined these videos for 30 minutes. I wrote down all my little notes, and now here I am recording them first thing in the morning. I'm obviously putting a lot of effort into this and putting a lot of work into this. So for somebody to compliment me on something that I've put a lot of work in makes me feel good. If they reached out and they're like, hey, I think you're super handsome. Like, can we set up a call? I mean, I would still, thank you for the compliment. You're right. I am very handsome, but it's not as good of a compliment because it's not something that I've worked for necessarily. Yeah, I go to the gym, whatever, but like, it's not the same. It's not relevant. I don't know. I don't even know why I brought that up, but like the point is that offer a compliment, butter them up a little bit. It works. I promise you. The third thing that you need to do, and this will help as well, is to find out if you guys have any commonalities. Now, if you don't have any commonalities, you can pretend like you do have commonalities. This is something that I talked about in my chatting article, which you guys should definitely read. If you have not read it, it is, I don't want to say it's the best resource out there for chatting, but it's probably the best free resource. It's guaranteed to be the best free resource out there for chatting. Well, I don't know about guaranteed. It's the best free resource in text form for chatting that's out there. I can claim that on a blog, written in the past 6 months. Anyway, so commonalities, when you have something, when you feel that you have something in common with another person, you automatically feel closer to that person, right? Case in point, we all do OFM. I talk about OFM. I talk about OnlyFans management. Oh, a model did this. Oh, this happened on Reddit. Oh, that thing, whatever. She stole money from me. I don't know, whatever. If any of those things happen to you as you're watching this video, you will think subconsciously, oh, that also happened to me. Bam, I have something in common with this guy. Now I automatically feel closer to him. It's not a conscious thought, right? You're not like, oh, we have so much in common. I like him more now. It's not like that. But people like other people that they have things in common with, which is, again, one of the reasons why I love having a YouTube channel that I can just sit here and fucking ramble about, because every little thing that I tell you about myself or about my experience, if any of those land with you, you will seize on them and you'll be like, oh, we have this thing in common. I like him more now, which I think is, number one, an excellent branding strategy if you're interested in doing any branding at all. And also one of the reasons why I give all of these personal details about myself is because I know every personal detail that I give, if you have those in common with yourself as well, it'll automatically make you like me more, which will make it more likely that you watch my videos, more likely that you trust me, more likely that you buy my stuff, and more, it's just better for me overall. So when it comes to setting a message with setting a meeting with somebody who is an important person or somebody that you want to network with, what you want to do is you want to find some commonalities between you. Find as many as you can, and they don't need to be super specific, right? Like, I've had a very unique life. There's probably very few of you who like moved to another country in your 20s and joined the army in that country and traveled around selling hair straighteners and started an agency when you're 4. Like, you don't have that in common with me. But maybe we've traveled to the same place, or maybe I'm in Miami right now. You could say, oh, I love Miami, or I have a friend in Miami. You don't need to be in Miami. You just like, oh, Miami's great. I've heard the weather over there is great. Or I went to Miami once. The women were so beautiful. And I'll think that and I'll be like, oh yeah, they are pretty beautiful here. That's true. That's a commonality. So you want to find some commonalities that you have with that person. Anything. Just whatever you know about them. They like cigars, they like cars, they like watches, and you don't need to do any deep research on this person. For example, let's say there's somebody in a Telegram group and they're, I don't know, their age, what they're interested in, where they live, fucking anything that they've said about themselves, what they look like, a fucking shirt they were wearing, like anything that you can pick out and you can somehow relate that to yourself in some way, that will bring you guys one step closer. It will bring that person slightly closer to liking you. And when people like you, they're more likely to comply with whatever you want them to do. In this case, it would be setting up a call, maybe you pitch them on something, maybe you do some business together. And the fourth thing, and this is not to be underestimated, and I honestly think it's like a given, but you'd be surprised. It's a very, very immature industry that we work in. But anyway, be professional and polite. Okay, it's not, yes, there are some people out there that may appreciate a more casual tone, but when you are professional, and you don't need to say yes or no, sir. I'm talking about like when you send a message, make sure there's a period at the end of it. If you're sending like multiple sentences, make sure the grammar is good. If you're sending in English, like simple things like that. And I'll tell you why this is important. Okay, I'll tell you why this is important. This is something that when I hire a VA, okay, anytime I post a job ad or anytime I post any kind of ad or something where I'm like looking for somebody to contact me, and I do that a lot. You'll see me post it in my group, on the OFM jobs group, sometimes in the chatter group. And when I post job ads, what I'll do is I will make the job ad and I'll say, I'm looking for this. If you want to apply, I want you to do these 5 things. Okay. Now, number one, that will immediately filter out the people that don't read the ad and don't follow instructions. Now, actually, before I tell you what I get, I'm going to tell you why I do that and what I'm looking for. Number one, the main thing that I'm looking for is effort. That's the main thing that I'm looking for. I don't even care about their qualifications. I literally don't care about how good they are or how bad they are. I am looking to see how much effort they put into the communication and providing me with a nice, visually pleasing, not visually repulsive communication piece. So what does that mean? I put my job ad or my call to whatever I need. Somebody sends me a message. Number one, I look to see, did they follow instructions? I asked for these 5 things. Did they give me those 5 things? If they didn't, immediately like blocked or ignored or something. If they did, then I look to see, did they do it in a way that looks nice, right? And when I say looks nice, like let's say I asked for 5 things. I'll use an example from a job ad that I posted recently for a social media manager that I was looking for. I posted a job ad and I was like, we want these 5 things. Some people replied and they wrote like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no double space, no capitalization. And they gave me like 3-word answers, 1-word answers, 2-word answers, 3-word answers. And it just looked like shit. And I look at those and I kind of just ignore them. Maybe if I'm desperate, like I'll reach out to that person. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll give you a chance. But they're my last choice, literally my last choice. What I look for, I'm looking for people that, wrote like number 1 and then repeated the thing that I asked for. And then, double space. And then below that, they wrote their little paragraph of a unique answer. I don't even care how good their answer is. I really don't. I mean, preferably it would be spell checked and would have good grammar and it would like be coherent, but at least make it so that it's easy for me to read. Because the time in between me posting that job ad and me going through the responses, a lot of stuff has happened and I probably forgot what I even wanted them to send me in the first place. I don't remember. Like I don't remember what I wrote in a job ad, 8 hours ago, because I've done 5 billion things since then. So it wouldn't hurt to put that extra effort in to remind me. So that's what I look for. And when you're reaching out to somebody, if you're reaching out to them, what you have to understand, if you're reaching out to them, they're an important person, or they're a person of value, or they're somebody that it's common that other people want things from them. They're pitched frequently. You have to understand that when you send your message, you are competing with the 5, 10, 15 other people that send that person a message every day as well. And if your message looks like shit compared to those, then they're immediately, reflexively going to judge you negatively compared to those other people, and it's going to hurt your chances. So be professional, be polite. Just recap all of these really quickly. Number 1, find out what they want and offer it to them, arguably the most important. Number 2, give them a compliment, a genuine compliment if possible. That is related to something that they have worked for. Number 3, find out some commonalities between the two of you and mention them. Do this as often as you can without being weird. And number 4, be professional and polite. Cool? So let me know what you think about that. Like the comment or like the video, drop me a comment, subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and I will see you in the next one.